What's up everybody, today we're going to be reacting to a very interesting World of Warcraft video, so stay tuned and tell me in the comments what of these applies to you, and you're going to see what I'm talking about right now. Okay?
Things that you do in World of Warcraft. Try and keep score.
Let's see.
Getting to turn on auto loot with a new character. Got lost in the original Wailing Caverns done.
Bro, if you haven't got lost in the Wailing Caverns, you've never played this game. And don't lie.
Ran around in circles in Dalaran during Wrath of the Lich King.
Forget Dalaran, bro. You originally get lost in Orgrimmar or Undercity. Or I guess Stormwind as an alliance, or maybe Ironforge. But Orgrimmar and Undercity, that's a lovely place to get lost, especially Undercity.
You got lost in Ashenvale when you wandered off the road. Stated your honest feedback of the game one day on the forums, just to get called a complete idiot.
I don't think I've actually ever complained on the forums. Maybe I should.
Yeah. Loser! You're a loser! Spammed Dirge in trade chat back in TBC. Deleted your Hearthstone by mistake. Spent hours
Classic.
camping a rare spawn. Went to Goldshire Inn on a roleplay realm just to see what all the fuss is about. Died to the elevator boss in Undercity.
Why is this still a thing? Why is the elevator dev still a thing in Classic, bro?
Talked about how the game was better back in vanilla, despite
It was.
the fact that you started in Wrath of the Lich King.
I started in vanilla. Even though both retail and Classic have their perks.
Killed low-level mobs before newbies could tag them for quests. Just
Fuck you if you're doing that.
to be a jerk. Ganged to lower-level characters on a PvP realm. Just to be a jerk. Tried to exploit and glitch the game to get into secret and unreachable areas.
Cheat engine back in the day. You already won if you remember.
Sat atop the dam in Loch Madan and just took in the view. Realized that the gnolls in Warcraft build their tents out of human skin, which terrified you. At one
Today I learned.
point, you tried to get into Karazhan crypts just to see the underwater hanging bodies. You tried to convince somebody that Death Knights were not overpowered in Wrath of the Lich King. You
Listen, warriors and paladins are overpowered, not Death Knights.
glided off of Mount Hyjal as a demon hunter. Just for fun. You asked somebody once where Mancrick's wife was. You checked out the free trial of Zygor, linked down below in the description. World of Warcraft's ultimate guide add-on for leveling, getting more gold, maxing your professions, getting mounts, pets, achievements, and a whole lot more. Wiped your raid, and then you tried to be as quiet as possible so you wouldn't get noticed and then yelled at.
Couldn't be me, couldn't be me.
Spammed Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
That's a classic, but you also spam something else in front of it. Write it in the comments below if you remember what.
At least once. Complained about those furries infiltrating World of Warcraft, while at the same time having a Worgen main. You made a joke about not being able to see Arthas's mount since it's called invincible. You found yourself quoting Nixium's Ishnu Alagai voice to your friends. Teabagged Arthas's corpse up on Ice Crown. Intentionally avoided the flag in Warsong Gulch because fighting in the middle is just more fun. Genuinely regret.
I mean, it is more fun.
And at one point having gotten hooked to this stupid MMO. But genuinely were thankful at one point for all the good memories you've made playing World of Warcraft.
Shout out to World of Warcraft, it made our childhood great. Not only that, but it also did.
Joined a guild and then left moments later after somebody said hello to you. Social anxiety, it's a pain. Made a female character just to take off their clothes and dance on a mailbox.
Classic moneymaker back in the day. Classic moneymaker.
To try and get some free gold. Created an elaborate backstory for your World of Warcraft character that you have told nobody. Went to a roleplay wedding in-game. Went to a roleplay funeral in-game. Commissioned a piece of artwork of your main character. Accidentally got an extremely rare mount that you didn't even know about. Called a Kultiran fat. Pretended to be a mythic raider even though you've only ever done LFR. Flirted with a girl character, only to realize that it was a guy in real life. AFK auto ran in the Barrens while listening to a YouTube essay on your other monitor. Tried
Classic.
classic WoW
Even to this day.
hardcore as a warrior to be a badass, only to realize it's kind of a pain, so you went back to that
You probably have something going wrong in your life if you're playing a warrior on hardcore, honestly.
hunter. Tried one of those World of Warcraft trivia YouTube videos only to realize you don't know anything about this game or its lore. Shed a tear the first time you killed Arthas and concluded the storyline set out from Warcraft 3. You watched Noble87's YouTube videos to finally learn Warcraft lore while grinding one day. You thought that Chris Metzen's Geek is BlizzCon speech a few years ago was pretty cringe. You acted like a total classic Andy over on the official WoW forums, only to realize later on that you kind of acted like an ass. Harassed a mage for food and water, a little too rudely. Complained about paladins being too overpowered because of their bubble shield and lay on hands. You made a character, you got him to level 10. You abandoned
We still feel about Pawns to this day, the same way.
that character. You made another character, you got him to level 10, you abandoned him, and repeat. You've lamented
If you don't make 76 characters on one account, you don't play World of Warcraft. Like 76 like level 4 characters.
the fact that that one friend that you made has not logged in over 3 years. Purchased a World of Warcraft novel, but you didn't read it.
I actually have like 4 of those.
Smelled the user manual from the original vanilla WoW box.
Like OG Warcraft ones.
Farmed a mount for ages, you got it, and then you realize that nobody cares. Compared pet battles
Nobody cares about your mounts.
in World of Warcraft to Pokemon way too many times. Got into an argument over whether or not the Warcraft movie was good or not. You
It wasn't too bad.
cried during one of the game's cinematics, most likely that Wrath of the Lich King cinematic. You went through a giant gold farmer phase. You made a ton of cash, you felt like a king, but now you're just too lazy to farm that much money again. You ran naked through a capital city, just for the lulz. One day you wanted to try making a machinima like Oxhorn, Nixium, or Captain Grimm, but you realized it takes a lot of time and it's a lot of work, so you gave up. One day you purchased a World of Warcraft themed shirt that you only wear around select people, never out in public. Went to BlizzCon once and ended up taking a hover hand photo with a cosplayer. Made a Chuck Norris joke in the Barrens. Somehow ended up in the center of a ton of guild drama that you didn't even start. Rushed to max level, completed all the content as fast as possible, and then you complained that the game had nothing to do in it, despite 98% of the population being miles behind you. Made fun of people who play gnome characters, despite unironically enjoying playing as them.
That's a classic.
You AFK'd in your garrison all day in Warlords of Draenor, instead of actually playing the game, because AFKing is good gameplay. Named your Demon Hunter character some form of the word Illidan or not prepared. Made a joke about how the War Within expansion is named after Blizzard's company internal drama. Got into an argument with somebody about how woke Blizzard has become over the years. Looked at Rule 34 for Jaina Proudmoore, and then you realized that Night Elves are just hotter. You wanted Blizzard to somehow put the card game Hearthstone into World of Warcraft, but they didn't, and you've been sad ever
Now I have Plunderstorm though.
since. Went through a big mount collector phase until you realized that farming mounts takes forever. You've always wondered why this icon of the big titty lady exists in World of Warcraft. One day you realized you were addicted to the game, but you were thankful that your bedroom does not look as bad as Asmongold's. Complained that warlocks always get the best looking armor in the game. Wondered
I don't, because I'm a warlock.
what the wetlands must smell like. Wished there were more quests in Ajara and classic WoW. One day you turned up the in-game ambience just to hear the Arthas whispers in the Undercity throne room. Listened to Big Blue Dress from Cranius while playing as a mage. Quoted a line from Illegal Danish in your guild chat.
And he touched my ass.
You left WoW one day for one of those old WoW killer MMOs. Just to come back probably a month later. You
I mean, you don't even leave it, you just try it out. And then come back.
teabagged Illidan's corpse in Black Temple. Because why not? You've capped Snowfall Graveyard in Ultric Valley just to create a turtle game. You joined a guild, but just because you thought the name was funny. One day you gave the monk class a chance, and then you went back to your main. Attempted to draw your World of Warcraft character. Tried leveling one of every class to max level, but you got bored in the attempt and gave up. One day you
Yeah, that never happens.
bought the World of Warcraft cookbook, and you never opened it. You've dreamed of competing in the World of Warcraft arena tournament at BlizzCon. Thought about buying gold from a seedy website. Got banned or suspended by Blizzard for a time for something that you didn't do or that you didn't understand. Made fun of somebody who doesn't keybind their abilities. Got
You have to.
dragged into a dungeon speedrun one day and discovered that dungeon speedrunning is actually an extremely fun way to play the game. You were terrified
But that was ironic.
before your first raid. Ran around in low-level zones as a max-level character just to remember the good old days.
True.
Used Internet Archives online to go through the old WorldOfWarcraft.com website just for nostalgia. You liked and subscribed to this YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. It was over. You quit World of Warcraft for good. You told everybody that you were done, and then you came back for the very next expansion. And last but not least, the one thing that we all did, We practiced 360 spins in the air with our mouse while running somewhere for a quest. Out of those 100 points,
I mean, you do that amount anyways. If you have done any of these things, which I'm sure you have, make sure to write down in the comments below which ones you have done and which ones you are going to do. Thank you very much for watching and make sure to subscribe to this channel.